Each of them just got
When is
back
the
full
FOE
right before
cruise?
the
Isn't that
cruise.
coming up pretty soon?
I think it's coming up really soon.
No, I didn't know about that. I think I went to Nitra's live and they were discussing the details of it. I've never been on a cruise either. I want to go on a cruise.
So can I ask you a couple questions? Can me and Breaker ask you a couple questions then? I'm sure we can tap in real quick.
Live was froze.
Right. You still don't know what the fuck. You know you gotta do the pause fucking with that. Can we ask
go
you
ahead.
a question?
And if you, I'm gonna hold on before you ask me. What I'll do is you know how like you're getting ready to end the live and then it pops up and says disconnect. I'll have that across the screen. So if you say something crazy, I can just disconnect the live. Okay, hold on.
You can just click it. We won't ask you nothing too crazy. We'll keep it medium. Can you give us a scale of 1 to 10? How messy can we be with it? 10 is ultimately messy. Where are we at with it?
Give me the first question first.
Well, I mean, the first question was simple, like more like the messy talk. How much have you been out? How much have you been in? How much have you paid attention to and you've seen? And how much have you really been out? I want to know that. Like, you've been seeing what's going on. Give me a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, because I left in October, so then I just like recently returned, like when Heartbreaker came into my life and gave me that breakdown. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say like maybe 2 or 3. It's not that I wasn't aware of everything, but it's like when major events happen, I didn't know. At the time, my Facebook it got hacked. So I had to work really close with like the Meta team to try to get my page back. So I was really trying to focus on, and that's, again, you guys know that's the major source of my money. So I really just had to focus on getting that back. I really couldn't. Does that make sense? Like, that's my money.
I was extremely lost when you was trying to like, recap.
So with your
it's not that it
Facebook
went
page
down,
went
it
down?
got hacked. Somebody had just was really stolen it. I didn't have a two thing or whatever called authentication, and it was just that was a rough patch for like 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So when I finally got it back, I was able to I had to rebuild it. I had to they privated all my video. I mean, I got over 4,000 videos on Facebook. You know what I mean? So I was just working really hard trying to get my shit back so it didn't fuck up my money because I get paid on 20.
Did you end up getting it back though?
Get it back. Yeah, I got it back.
Good shit.
So I was really lost. And I'm being honest with you guys. There was some stuff like I remember at the time of, with the Colorado, I hate to bring that up, Colorado, but I don't know if Braid remember, but somebody had sent me your live. It was like, oh, Braid crashing out. And I called you. I called Braid. I was like, is everything okay? And he was kind of broken down a little, but you could tell. I don't know if you was in the middle of 2 lives, you was on a 3rd phone, but you was telling me stuff and then you had stopped. You was like, wait a minute, who is this? I said, this Nosy. You said, oh my God, what is going on?
I remember getting out the car here, walking in. I remember that day we talked on the phone. I was getting out of the car from a live, literally. It was a lot going on around there.
Yeah, so I was just trying to check in with you because people were sending me your live and I honestly didn't know what was going on. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I was really in Messy Talk about a 3. I really just, I was just...
HB, you got a question? Because I do got some more, but let me think of how I can say I'm nosy.
I do have a question. Nosy,
it's a cat. She about to ask me a Cash App question. Who sent you that messy mail?
With you being with you being like a businesswoman like you are, when you're in Houston, are you going to be scouting out talent at all?
No, I don't do that anymore. Right now, I'm working on my next brand trip. I wanted to do it this year, but it's kind of complex. It's kind of complex because I wanted to take these influencers out of the country, but I've never done that. So I needed a liaison, and a good friend of mine who's a very good world traveler. Her and her husband, they're in the middle of IVF, so she couldn't do it. So I had to kind of postpone the trip that I wanted to take them on till next year. And when you take people out of the country, it's only a small window. It's a very small window because, again, we talked about it earlier, hurricane season. So you have a lot of countries have monsoon season, and then you got to do it in between hurricane season. So there's only a 6-week window where you can really travel, get good content, not worry about delays and stuff like that. So I missed that window this July coming up. I'm going to miss that window. And then hopefully by next year. But the influencers that I want on that trip, I've already reached out to them. I haven't heard back from one. I think the only one I haven't heard back from was 2 of them. I didn't hear back. I don't know if you know who Deb the Menace is. I didn't hear back from him. And I didn't hear back from Raymonte. Those are probably the 2 I didn't hear back from. that I wanted to be. It was a boys trip that I wanted to put together. So I didn't hear back from them too, which I would love to, So if I hear back from them, then it's a go for next. But I wouldn't be scouting out anybody. No. Was those your only 2 questions?
I guess HB, we're going back and forth, HB.
You waiting for them messaging
Another
me
thing,
on Cash Apps.
are you going to have anything to put together for yourself with meeting, like slight meet and greet while we're in Houston regarding, people who support you from Messy Talk? You thinking about having anything like that, like a dinner? Because there is a lot of things going on, and everybody's not going to participate in every event. Everybody's not going to participate in water balloon fights. Everybody's not going to participate in ATV rides and all that stuff. So are you going to have something where people can have, we'll direct one-on-one with you, meet you personally? Versus you just being the cameraman?
Like this? Probably not.
You do to be focused with that, but yeah.
No, I because it's so last minute. No, and I just have a really big fear of people. My biggest fear is somebody throwing battery acid on me. Honestly, so that's why I would never do meet and greets. Yeah, I'm like, people are crazy. You tell people, hey, I'm going to be at this place at this time, and somebody liable to come up and shoot you. So
Messy Talk was something people are. You throwing battery acid? Is you crazy?
But you guys have to. It's not Messy Talk.
Some serial unalive
I have a larger audience. You know what I mean? I have a larger audience. I was explaining.
Oh yeah. Even outside, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I don't, and I have a lot of people who just don't like me. People send me hate mail in a month. I probably get maybe 2,000-3,000 DMs of people who are just like, you should die. You're, whatever. I get all that all the time. So I get a lot of DMs from a lot of crazy people. I get a lot of DMs from people who love me, but I get a lot from straight lunatics, because I covered a story they didn't like, something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Roro.
Hey Roro. So as far as Messy Talk goes, do you see yourself potentially doing some recaps maybe every once in a while, dabbling in? What could you see? Because I see, you have been doing your For You page stuff. You have been, doing the other things that you've been doing. Even when you was doing the Diddy, it was 5,000 people in here. So do you see yourself doing a little dabbling back over here? What's that giving?
I think this is my approach to Messy Talk. It should, at this stage at where it's at, with the ringleaders, I feel like Messy Talk, y'all live should have at minimum 10,000 people. The question is always about who works in the realm of Messy Talk, right? Because everybody has a role. You have the messy role, the host role, the recapper role, but there's a role that no one ever fulfills, which is recruitment. People who have large platforms who want to make money off of it should be recruiting their audience to other stuff, right? So it's there's no real recruitment. When I was live the other day, just talking about Chef Foxy, there was thousands of people in here. Who are these people? Ooh, let me go find them. That's new. That's a bigger audience, right? So at the level that Messy Talk is at, with the way that you guys cover stuff, then you have Bella on Sunday, Bella and Blaze on Sundays, and they kind of bring the whole story together. There should always be a level of recruitment. Me, I'm gonna get my money recruiting. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have to recap. If I could just send a portion of the people who stayed for the For You page news and share maybe a story that's been trending in Messy Talk, and just be okay, well, go follow Breaking. Okay, go follow Bella. Go follow Blaze. Go follow Nitra. Go follow TeaTyme. This is where you're gonna hear these stories. Go follow Shigo. Go follow Heartbreaker. If you say those things, then it in turn, I'm just using the algorithm to its nature. Even if people don't find you, you're going to show up there now. Now you're going to show up there, right? Because you're using these SEO keywords that is going to bring what I say to people's For You page. So I feel like there's just so much money on TikTok. The audience should fully be expanded, So I wouldn't say I would necessarily go back into recapping, but I definitely see a position for myself in recruitment. I could do a Messy Live and we could talk about Beyonce and have 4, 5, 6, 7,000 people in here, and maybe the 3,000-4,000 that stay, send them to Messy Talk. Tell it, because the stories are interesting enough that what goes on in Messy Talk, they're interesting enough for people to stick around. You know what I mean? Your audience should be way bigger. the way that, like, when I go to some recap pages to see, like, I don't know if you know who Shay Hinton is, but her recap pages are big. Miss Netta's recap pages are big. Like, we're talking about recap pages with 100,000 followers. I follow 2 eCane just recap pages alone with 500,000 followers each. And all they do is just take clips of eCane. So eCane's following comes from her being messy, but it really comes from people reposting it, you know? So you see how those pages expand? So it's really about making a brand for yourself, even in messy TikTok. You have to make a brand for yourself. You have to be like, okay, I'm really the battle king, but I'm messy. I'm really, the battle princess, but I'm messy. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to make a name for yourself in messy TikTok in order for it to be able to grow. Because again, as much stuff as y'all be delivering, I could do a full breakdown of messy TikTok from the beginning of when I joined to the very end. And I could be telling stories for days that people are like, that's not real. That never happened. That's not, it'd be like, it is. Here's the clip, So I feel like my position would be more of recruitment, just sending people that way, sending people to the blogger pages, sending people to the bloggers' YouTube pages, sending people to the other recappers, right? What's his name? Empress, I think Empress and Tyra with the Y, sending them to their pages so they can get like the full breakdown, stuff like that, like I have a big enough platform where recruitment is enough, you know what I mean?
I completely agree 1,000%. I think there's multiple reasons people get turned off from messy talk, and I don't think there's enough people with that mentality, and there's not enough people going out doing the recruiting. You feel me? I agree with that, so I'm on the same page. And you damn sure ain't about to get me doing everything by myself. So no, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think there are certain things that turn people off from messy talk. I think there's certain things that turn people off from even getting in the boxes, doing the argument, being involved in it. Like, there's the new people that are needed is the new supporters. We got plenty of people over here, plenty messy motherfuckers in the comments, but who wants to get up in the box? Who wants to do that deal with motherfuckers searching you up, looking at real life, motherfucker?
You can't think about that. You can't think about everyone's role. You just gotta pick your role, like I did.
Right, I got my role. I'm good, but I'm saying for the new people though, that's the thing that will turn people off. It took me years to come over here for the aspect of I know how the fuck people give it up, and I came over here and they gave it right on up. Everything that's done happened, I knew could have happened. Nobody, because some motherfuckers is like, bitch, I'm too crazy to get on here. I'm too crazy with these motherfuckers. They play internet games. Some of these motherfuckers in the comments will really get active playing these messy talk games with people. Yeah. So I feel like everybody's going to have to, as a collective, get on one accord before, there could be the right kind of growth. As of now, it's very individualistic growth. Everybody's looking out for themselves, in my eyes.
Yeah, but at the same time, me as someone like an outsider who looks in, because that's really all it is. It's just somebody from the outside looking in. You might believe that everybody's working on their own accord, but from what I see, I feel like everybody follows a rhythm. Everybody follows a rhythm, kind of like with each other. And I think it's taken a while for people to fall into that rhythm, I guess schedule, if you will. But I feel like everybody's falling into this rhythm. People may fall out, and that's okay. At the same time, though, too, everybody has their rhythm. I was talking about it the other day that the only thing that ruins messy talk is pocket watchers. They ruin the rhythm. They ruin the rhythm. They ruin the rhythm because they're so devoted in destroying people and watching their pockets that they will, it's like throwing a monkey wrench in your platform when no one was discussing money. Nobody was talking about money. Nobody was talking about gifts. And then the pocket watchers of messy talk, you can identify them very easily when they start talking about that moral compass, because they know good and goddamn well they don't have one. But they feel like if they can pull on the heartstrings of morality, is that right? Is that just? Is that fair? That's a pocket watcher. That's a pocket watcher. They don't give a goddamn about no fucking morality and dragging and talking about children, because they do what they goddamn selves if they had a chance. They care about how much money you're making and they want to make it themselves. So the only people that disrupt messy talk and messy talk's rhythm, right? Recappers, the people being messy, the streamers, the recruiters, people who bring in a newer audience. The only people who fuck up the rhythm is people who pocket watch. And the moment that pocket watchers get clocked sooner, the better off Messy Talk as a collective will be. The moment you recognize what they're doing and immediately get the fuck out of here. Because you're here to clock pockets. You're not here to be messy. You're not here to stick up for so-and-so. You're not here to cuss this person down. You're not here to have a private live stream and collect subscriptions to drag this person and show your text message. You're not here to do that. You're here to play moral compass, to play Superman, Superwoman, because you're pocket watching. But the moment their pockets fill, they immediately shut the fuck up. They immediately shut the fuck up, but it's too late because you lose key characters in Messy Talk. You're losing key people in Messy Talk. I could name 20 people who walked away from Messy Talk who would be strong ass live streamers. You know what I mean? Because of pocket watching. Because of pocket watch. I talk about that all the time. I was like I got busy. My Facebook was getting fucking hacked, but at the same time though too, I noticed, and I always talk about them, like I notice when people pocket watching me, and I always tell people all the time, I make my money on Facebook. Whatever you see flying across the screen is not going to pay my rent like you think it's going to pay my rent. Is not going to pay my car insurance like you think it's going to pay my car insurance. It's not going to do these things. But people who are so obsessed with what you make, they can't see past the gifts. I wish TikTok would get rid of that shit. I wish they would make gifts silent. You know what I mean? That only the streamer could see. I wish they would stop showcasing what the fuck you making so you could get to the program, because pocket watchers gonna do it every time. They are. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I can watch a statement. They're telling me to ask some juicy, messy questions, but I ain't gonna spring too much on you. I'm just hanging out, you guys.
Go ahead, Braid.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Child, no, because I don't know how messy I can get. I haven't even been able to study your platform just all the way fully. I don't know how much of my enemies in here. Child, I don't know who all down there. If they gonna go with the shit, they gonna be mad. Yeah, the ops might be in here, child. I asked a question about diamond. They gonna start dropping diamonds in the fucking chat. I don't know.
You can ask questions. You can ask questions. Don't worry about it. I can cut the comments off. I won't cut the comments off, but I can. Ask your questions. Heartbreaker waiting for them messy cash apps. They coming in. Don't you worry.
Are you here?
The liquor store drive-through.
How messy should we get? Too much.
To the 33rd degree, Freemason.
Tap the screen, you guys. There's 1,800 of you in here. I'm just now noticing it. Tap the screen. Share the live. Like Braid said, don't come in here with ashy heart me's, right? You call them ashy. Don't come in here with ashy heart me's. And help me close. My live goal ain't even closed. So I guess as soon as Braid asks the question, I'll decide if I'm going to answer it as soon as you clear out my live goal.
Go with the diamond route. Would you say that you guys ever did have a falling out?
As soon as my live goal is hit, I'm going to answer that question.
Yeah, I want to know if there was ever a falling out.
I will. And okay, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer it.
And I'll elaborate a little bit. We felt some tension. We've seen some push and pull. We've seen some distance and some separation and stuff. We've heard some sly comments on both sides of the field. So I want to know, was there ever a time that y'all maybe had some distance? Because I did hear you say that y'all just talked on the phone.
We text. We're in a group chat. Me and Diamond and Petty. We traveled together a few times. So we obviously have a group chat.
Nosy Petty Diamond.
Yeah, because we travel together. You guys know we travel together. Don't act dense, Braid.
Now you're all right. We gonna see the messages. So, that was fast. Well, go ahead, dear.
Now, what was the question?
Women ever have maybe a falling out, maybe distance between each other, or maybe was there any turmoil between you two from your perspective?
From my perspective, well, I didn't go to the gala. And there was a burner account there. If you, I don't know what time you got here, but there was a burner account in here using capital letters and spamming the chat, asking me about the gala, which I thought was interesting because the gala was in September of 2024. We are currently in June of 2025. So for a burner account to come in here and ask about the gala, I thought that was a little suspicious. Now,
like June is it today?
Today is June 1st.
So they've been in here asking today.
They were asking today. I screenshotted it. I screenshotted the username because I recognize the username.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting. I think that's interesting. That's like me asking Braid King about him braiding somebody's son's hair back in January of 2023. It's like, that's unusual.
So interesting, as in, okay, when you're familiar with the person's username. Who you're familiar with it being?
Who do I know who owns it? I'm not going to disclose who owns it.
No, Nosy, we're supposed to be extracurricular
Yeah, we
messy.
put that shit on the floor. Or can you just tell us the
Hey,
username?
now.
Tell us the name then, if you won't tell us whose it is.
I had to go through my things, but it was like, let me go through my text because
you know what the fuck it is. What's that name on that account, child?
Oh, they said it was the account that came up in my panel clapping their ass today. That person do that every day for me.
It wasn't that same user account, was it?
Is it, y'all?
The name was you ain't gonna do shit. All capital letters.
I know that page. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yes, it is. That's the one that be making their booty clap.
Yeah,
it is. It's not the same, y'all?
It's not the same. There's two. You ain't gonna do shit.
They said it's not the same.
Okay. It's not. They saying it's not the same.
Okay.
That's not Susu, y'all.
It's not
Susu wouldn't give a fuck about no damn gala either.
The fuck?
She would ask a messier question than that.
Way messy. Way messy.
That is not her.
So that I just thought it was unusual because, again, I don't want to brag, but you guys know I have a degree in political science, which focus on research and analytics, mainly focusing on analytics. So I analyze anything that people say, and I know I'm dyslexic, but I can read comments really fast. So when someone's spamming,
oh, never mind. They said it was the page that's from today. So that's one of my people that be coming up in my panel making their butt clap every day to make me laugh. So it's the same one.
I don't think it's the page. What's the page name that goes to your page that does that? I don't think this is them.
Y'all send it to Messy Mail. Do y'all have a screenshot? If so, send it to Messy Mail.
That is a Messy Mail, please. Jason Nosy, answer the question. Okay, so what was the question?
It's not going to be evaded. I'm going to get the answer.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Can you ask the question again?
Because I know they screamed. Ever have a falling out? Was there ever any distance between you guys behind the scenes? Was there ever any distance? You know, you didn't go to the gala. You were starting with that, so you didn't go to the gala. And what's up with that? The truth.
I did. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's all over YouTube. Like I posted a whole YouTube as to why I didn't go to the gala.
I watched it.
Yeah, I was really clear. Like I just felt like there was a lot of stuff surrounding. Do you guys remember? Okay, we're gonna take a walk back. Do you remember when Dime was going to the gala and then she got uninvited? Like she got a refund back for her table. So at the time that happened, Dime had reached out to me like, "Hey, I got uninvited from the gala." So I reached out to Diamond and I said, "Well, what's going on?" And Diamond, she was, she didn't answer the text back, so I called her. And I was on the phone with her and I basically asked her, well, what's going on? Because Dime reached out to me because, Dime's like, what's going on? How anybody would. If Heartbreaker hosted an event, I went, she uninvited me and sent me my money back. And I know that she's tight with Braid. I'm going to reach out to Braid, right? Like, hey, what's happening? So I reached out to Diamond and I asked, like, what's happening? And I was like, I think I asked, again, it's in the YouTube video, just watch the YouTube video. But I think I said in like, I can't remember what her answer was, but it was something to the effect.
And you asked her like, "Hey, I'm wondering, because we're friends, I feel like
what's the issue
with her? Why John can't go to the gala?" And she said she felt like she didn't have to tell you that.
Yes. Oh, so everybody watched that YouTube
like she
video.
Didn't have. Your HB came back and told us because they said that was the YouTube video where you said we was the scum of the earth.
I did not say you guys were the scum of the earth. I did not say
no,
that.
That's what HB said. HB came back and said that you said that.
You lying.
Lying. I never said that. A lot of people.
You lie, right?
Let me clear this up too, because a lot of people try to attribute.
Now.
Let me try to clear this up too, because a lot of people try to attribute that I said, "Oh, everybody on TikTok was bottom of the barrel." I never said that. I never said that in regards to the whole of TikTok. At the time when I was leaving TikTok, when I was going through all that shit with. When I was going through all that shit with Facebook and trying to get my fucking page back, and then I had all these pocket watchers basically trying to come on, I knew what was happening. I know exactly what's going to happen. When there is no one else to pick on, people start to take issue with whoever's next. I was next. And I was like, I'm not going to let that happen because one, I don't make enough money to be next, right? And two, I noticed that there was a select few people who were pocket watching me so bad, they were making it just hard to do a recap. Like anytime I would start a recap, people would just go live and just be like, oh, nosy. And I was like,
Can you give us the name? Was it us two in the box? You can tell us the truth, and
No, it wasn't y'all. It definitely wasn't y'all because y'all was in the middle of y'all own tussles that I was recapping. So it wasn't y'all. It was just like when you're next. Y'all know what it's like when a person's next. When you're next, you're next. It doesn't matter what the whole scope of being next is. You're just next. And I just felt like there was just a lot going on, and I was just like, my anger was really toward a certain group of people. That it was not the whole. And if it was for the whole of TikTok, I'm going to send my apologies because that's not what I meant. And I'm pretty sure it was taken out of context. And if it was not taken out of context and it was just worded poorly, then that's on me. That is my apology to the whole of an entire sector of TikTok, which I find entertaining. So I apologize. And it's not, oh, I'm sorry how you took it. It's not, I'm sorry how you took it. The whole of TikTok took it how they took it. So my apology, right? But I knew what was happening, and I want to go into further detail, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. There's more to that story. There's way more to that story. So I'm going to just hold my tongue for now because I saw some stuff today. Let me just say that I saw some stuff today, that I'm just end there. I just saw some stuff today that I was like, you know what? I got you.
You tell us, please, Nosy.
What did you see?
No, I'll hold on to it. Trust me, it'll be my doomsday. So, yeah, it'll be my doomsday. So
I don't give a fuck if the subs is $100.
So
I'm gonna borrow that shit to somebody.
My doomsday.
Why you? She got so excited. She said, "HB, get help." Okay, that should not have done that to you. You need
question. So, do I feel like me and Diamond had a falling out? Not really, because I feel like Diamond is my travel friend. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like at a certain age, like you don't attribute like being like this to people. You understand what I mean? Like I was never a panelist on Diamond's morning show. I was never, you understand what I'm trying to say? I was never like, I'm locked in. So it was never like that. It was always, oh, hey, you want to go take a cruise here? Oh, you want to go to the Caribbean here? Oh, my birthday's here. Let's go to Miami. It's always been, so our level of friendship has always been, in my opinion, been maintained the same. Now, did I feel like there was a slight thing? Yeah, because I felt like I wanted to know more about the uninviting of Dime. But that's, again, that was a business decision that had nothing to do with me. So was I overstepping my bounds as a friend? Yeah, probably was. Like, it was none of my business. And if you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I was just overstepping my bounds. That's like somebody asking me about my business, like my personal nosy bystander business. And then I'd be like, okay, you're overstepping your bounds, right? So I never felt that way because I'm like, if I want to go and travel, I'm going to call my travel girlfriends because that's what we're going to do. So it was never that. So that's how I feel about that. So do I feel like there was a rift between it? No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all because, again, our level of friendship is what it is, Like I have a good friend of mine, my friend Danny. She's probably in the comments now. I got a good friend of mine, Danny, now, and we travel, but we also she's like my dinner friend. She's like my Los Angeles dinner friend. Like anytime we're in LA, we just go to dinner. That's our thing, So if I say, oh, Danny, you didn't go on this cruise with me, I wouldn't be like, you're a bad friend or our friendship has falters. Like, well, we never did that. So you understand what I mean? Am I making sense? You get that?
Complete sense. So do you consider Diamond to be your friend?
I do.
Do you think Diamond considers you to be her friend?
I do. Yeah.
Have you ever heard Diamond say she doesn't have friends on the app?
Yeah, but it's different because we've met in person. So I'm not an app friend.
You've met a lot of people in person from the app.
I never heard her say that. So can you send me?
You want me to ask you how many times she's ever said it?
Can you send me?
They not gonna lie to you.
Can you send me a clip?
You guys, has Diamond ever said that she don't got friends on the app? Common cousin.
Yes, she did.
Nosy, I done got real good at this shit.
Can you send me a clip?
JJ's to go find the clips and shit. I'll ask Ashley. She can do the clip find and shit, but the common cousins is telling you the truth. Look down there.
I'm not looking.
Look.
Screen. I'm not answering no more questions. I will. I'll answer.
Okay, we'll get off of Diamond. We can move. I still got
She
some
said
more.
she ain't never.
You can ask.
She ain't never had no real friend on that app.
You can ask me whatever questions you like.
Okay, good. So we're gonna jump next gears. We're gonna switch to another friend, Petty Row.
Okay.
So are you aware of the things that Petty Row has done to me?
I am not, no. I just know about the ski trip. That's all I know.
HB, can you give her a rundown of what happened, and then maybe we can get her opinion on it and see what she thinks?
Yes, 1 second. I'm pouring my liquor in my KFC cup. So, Petty was invited as a cast member on thank you.
Now I know
You
that.
too.
I'm aware of that.
The hot sauce on the chicken.
Wait for your poppers. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I almost ripped you right off.
It's all right. I would have been back with so
My girl's poop is slow on me.
it's okay. Thank you, baby.
Here you go, baby.
I appreciate it. All right. I be having them put my chicken legs and my chicken thighs in the hot sauce. You know they can dip it, right? Nosy, if you come to KFC, they put the hot sauce on the chicken.
They do?
But, so, whatever hot sauce you want. So, honey too. Shit. So, she was a cast on Braid's reality show, The Kingdom House. Or maybe I just made a name for it, my damn self. So, what had happened was the whole time she was there, this motherfucker's under the bed and shit stealing footage.
Oh.
And on the staircase behind the rails, she's stealing footage. So with that footage, when she got back, okay, and I'm talking about majority of the footage that she exposed was the exclusive footage, right? The footage that people would have been waiting to see. She put it on her YouTube channel for the people to go and watch and didn't see anything wrong with it. On top of that, had him pay her extra as a cast member because she felt like she brought more to the show. What? I don't know. That motherfucker was a spy. And that's pretty much it. So everybody, anything big that came out of his show, she has already exposed it. She has already showed it. She put it on her YouTube channel.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't. I knew she was in the house because I was watching.
That she secretly recorded. She said because she's a grown-ass woman and she could do what she wants to do. That was her reason, because she wanted to.
Was there a fallout?
The fallout was because of her leaking of footage.
The Colorado trip, or the not promotion, or money, potentially not getting paid $700 extra and getting paid $350 extra.
So the Colorado trip was the fallout? Why did you fall out with Petty Row about the Colorado? Okay, so I know that, I know at the time when I called you, you were upset because you weren't invited to the Colorado trip, but I thought that was with Diamond. I knew Petty Row was there, but how did that transcribe? How did Petty Row get in it if you were upset with Diamond about the Colorado trip?
Petty Row was upset because I hadn't returned her phone calls, I think.
And does a falling out matter? Because even if I fall out with somebody, business is business. And if I'm under a contract and I'm not supposed to be sharing any type of nothing with anybody, even if I had footage, that's for me. I have to wait until the show airs and then I can share that. So at that point, it doesn't matter if they had the biggest falling out in history. There's still a contract in place that I feel like they should still have to abide by.
Okay.
I
agree. No, I agree. So how do I feel about that? It's hard to tell you how I technically feel because I don't really know all the details of it, but I mean, it's wrong, right? To release, especially that's exclusive footage, right? That maybe Braid King wanted to release during a reunion or however it was edited into the scenes. No, I think it's probably not good, To
that, Nosy, NDA was in place. How would you have dealt with Petty Row had you be Braid in this situation?
I mean, I would have been upset. I don't really know how I would react. Probably pretty volatile. At least me, I have a really short fuse and a bad temper. That's why being online when I get angry is it's bad for business. So, I probably would have a pretty short fuse. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'd be pretty upset. Say that again.
Would you sue her?
No, because it costs more money to sue than anything, right? So I would just try to recoup it back, right? Because I'm a content creator, so I would recoup it back vis-a-vis content, right?
You
Whether I
couldn't
have
sue her for the principal, at least.
that would cost money, right? I'm just.
Okay, so
I
my
would
next
look.
question: when you were going to sue TeaTyme for the situation, what were you going to sue for then? Like, was there going to be like a nice? Did your attorney assure you like a nice outcome, or was that just going to be like for the principal at all?
So now that's an interesting take, right? Because she was at the time she was dragging my company name, right? That's different.
They did that to
right?
me too. They did that to me too. They were saying I ain't shit, never
Right.
gonna be shit, bitch. I ain't shit.
Yeah, she
So
said
you
that he was
should-
on drugs and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, all that happened.
Said some more shit. Started calling me perk your car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lots of
He
information.
called me pill popper.
Lots of information come in. Okay, so she was suing. It wasn't just the releasing of the footage. You're alleging that it was your entire brand as a whole.
Defamation. Yes.
Okay, so would I sue? Yeah, right? Because then it would be principal. Although I would be losing money because there would be no way to recoup it back. The only way you're going to recoup it back would be through two avenues. If the person is a content creator, you would just put an injunction on their TikTok page, right? So anytime they made a gift, anytime they made a video that went viral that was in the creator fund, then the injunction will go straight to me. Or you would do it through their W-2 work, right? If they work a 9-to-5 job or whatever, then I would be able to garnish their wages. So if I thought that, and this is just me personally, if I thought that the person was making a substantive amount of money vis-a-vis TikTok, yeah, I would sue them. Like, okay, well, on average, this person's probably bringing in $3,000-4,000 a month. I could get that back, right? Or if I knew that they had a 9-to-5 job, okay, I'll garnish their wages. But if I felt like the person didn't make substantive amount of money online or didn't have a 9-to-5 job, then the way I would be able to recoup it back, and my personal take is, I would just retain a lawyer in the state that I think that they reside in, right? Because I've done it a couple of times. So retain a lawyer in that state, go over those out. And these are just what my attorneys tell me, right? I have an attorney in Florida too, my trademark attorney. So this is just what they tell you. Just retain us. We'll monitor and see what we can do. If we think that we can get back your retainer, we will. If we don't, we just sit on your retainer and we just file normal $300 fees annually. And that's really it. So
words you're saying, so in so many words you're saying, Petty Row is losing her house. She has completely lost her business because she couldn't pay to renew it for the taxes thing, the yearly thing. So it would be a waste of my time to sue Petty Row because her platform nor her would ever bring in what I feel like I would have lost. So it would be a waste of time. I would lose more money by spending money on my attorney to go after a broke Petty Row. Is that what you're saying in so many words? Nicely?
Yeah, in a nice way. I would,
Okay.
The way that I would recruit it back,
Right.
at least my just desserts would be, I would just go
Let's
live.
start off by saying, yeah, you should have said no.
No, I would just say I would go.
Being honest, that's what I respect about Nosy.
I would just see if I could recoup that back by just going head to head, live stream for live stream, until I felt though I made a substantive amount of money to feel like I recoup my losses. So if a person's going live and saying crazy stuff about me after I've gone through the avenue of retaining an attorney in their county, in their state, and then the attorney's like, you're not really going to get much back, then I'm going to take my anger and I'm going to go head to head. I'm going to go live for live until I feel I've made enough subs back. I feel I've made enough gifts back. And if I took cash apps, which I don't, that I made enough cash apps back to where I feel like, well, then bitch, it's a dead end now. Now I done made everything I'm going to make off of arguing with you. I'm done. That's how I would look at it, right? If I feel like, okay, I'm done. I've made what I've made back. We're done here. That's how I would look at it, right? Because again, at the end of the day, your live stream is your business. So if I feel like somebody's slandering my business, well, if anything, I need to at least make some money back. Does that make sense? Thank you for the bouquet, heartbreaker. So yeah, that's how I would feel. I feel like if I feel like I was recruiting that back, yeah, that's how I'm going to recruit that back. You know?
Telling a half story. If there's any pushers in here that want to come up and give the other side,
yeah, Petty Rose if Petty Rose still here, Petty, can you come up? Because I want to hear if you don't mind breaking down what happened.
Cool. We cool now. We can
Okay.
get a box together.
What's up, Cece? If she comes up, I'm more than happy to let Petty up because I want to hear the full story. You know, I wasn't around to hear all the little dicey details. You know, yeah.
Oh wait.
Do you have any questions while we wait?
My messy ass do.
Okay.
Knowing what Petty has done to Braid, would you trust doing business with Petty in the future if it came to something like reality? Or would you be paranoid that she'll do the same to you, unwarranted?
Like a reality show, I would have to put my, like, I tried that out. I tried that avenue once. Would I try it again? It's hard to say because I don't know if I would do it again. Like now I'm kind of on this like influencer ship, flying influencers to different countries kind of kick. So it'd be hard to say, honestly. It would be.
Do you think that Derek should side eye her?
Who's Derek?
Damn it, Derek. She's doing business with him right now. Am I being too messy?
No, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, so no one does. But he is somebody who's...
Let me help. Damn it, Derek is very good. He's a good producer. He's helping Petty Row get her stuff off the ground. He's the one who filmed Genty's documentary and got it on Amazon and stuff like that. He's good with the video camera and he's good with editing. He's a producer and stuff. So he's pretty big on social media.
Well, I feel like everyone has, like, again, without knowing the full detail, unfortunately, Bray, without knowing the full details of why you and Petty did fall out. You said you guys are cool now, but why you did fall out, I can't say that other people shouldn't work with her because I've worked I haven't worked with her before, but like in the sense of like started a project and completed it. I haven't completed a project with Petty, but knowing her, traveling with her, hanging out with her, talking to her, like having dinners with her, like building a friendship with her, I can't not see myself working with her in the future if I had that opportunity again. So, you know what I mean? Maybe because I just have a closer relationship with her and I'm being biased. Obviously, I'm coming from a biased standpoint because she's my friend. So I can't say I would never work with her again because of what she did to Braid. I don't know the full details of what she did with you to be able to answer that question, honestly.
Too, and what she did to Braid, she may not do to you because y'all do have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah. Braid, do you have any questions?
Keep asking because I'm just messy. You're eating this chicken and being messy.
I don't care. I mean, I feel like I'm answering them. Like, let's hear from the comment cousins. How do you think the interview's going? Oh, let me put up a poll. Do you guys mind if I put up a poll while you think of your next messy questions? I'll put up a quick poll and I'll ask a couple of questions. So, comment cousins, smiley face for yes, sad face for no. Do you think I'm answering the questions to the best of my ability?
And you're very good at it. I think
you're being as real and as transparent as you possibly can.
I think you're a good interviewer. You know how to answer questions really good. I think you know how to answer questions really good. I think you do. I'm about to ask
the comment cousins another question. Let HB finish her chicken. And you guys, please, if you can, when you're done voting for this one, please gift the interviewers. I feel like they're doing a really good job. I feel like they're being respectful and messy, which you guys like. They're not talking over each other. HB is even muting the mic when she's smacking. She's doing a fantastic job. I'm gonna also gift our panelist as well. Hold on, let me hit that recharge button real quick.
You gonna get to which crowd they gonna be thinking we gotta gift our panelists so they come over here and let us stay. We good. Don't give us no gifts because they gonna be like,
give me his shit then.
Yeah,
I forgot. For me, nigga.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I forgot. She is gonna get the gifts. Thank y'all for the gifts too, you guys.
So yeah, so now let me ask my next let me ask my next poll. Okay, I didn't realize I was walked myself into an interview. I should have just laid my black ass down. So the next question: smiley face for yes, sad face for no. Do you think that Heartbreaker and Braid King are doing a good job at asking questions? Smiley face for yes, sad face for no. Okay, who said no? I'm gonna block you.
What was it? Hold on. How did you
smiley face for yes, you're doing a great job. Sad face for no, you're not doing a good job.
You, Stacy.
Yeah, HB gonna get the right questions asked, and we gonna do it. We doing it nosy style too. We ain't doing too much because we be tearing up the streets. We trying to keep it. We trying to walk.
See, they like it, so you're doing a good job. Okay, so you're doing a good job, and you're asking follow up questions because you actually care. No tea, no shade to Chef Oxy. She just didn't give a fuck. Okay, so
I do have more questions. Ooh. I'm so messy. I got like 25.
Okay, that's okay. I know they sending you them cash apps hot and heavy, huh?
Well, no, they ain't sending no cash apps. Shockingly, they're not. Next question. Black Diamond. She decided to let go. This is just your opinion, okay? She decided to cut Messy Talk off, move them out of the way. She said she wanted to do something different. Since then, her platform has declined significantly, okay? From holding 3,000 people in the morning to 419 to be exact, the last few mornings. And she's even trying to be a judge now, with a gavel and all that stuff. Do you think that was a smart decision from her management team, Or do you think that she should have stuck with what she had? Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Do you think that she should have let the Messy Talk niggas do what they did because it was not affecting her directly? How do you feel about that?
This is going to be a long-winded answer, but it was a great question. So to go from, like you said on average 3,000 to, what'd you say, 400 and what? 400 and... Okay, so you say HB's lying. Well, it's a hypothetical then. So to have a larger audience to a smaller audience, which again, it's alleged, we don't know if it's true. They said you lying, HB. So
I ain't seen 3,000 people in Diamond Room no more. So I don't, unless they can come up here and show me otherwise. I don't give a damn if it's not 400. It damn sure ain't 3 no more. Ain't
so
even
let's
one.
take Diamond's name out of it. Let's just say myself. Let's just say me. Okay. Let's say Nosy. Do you think it's beneficial to you to go from a larger audience to a smaller audience at the behest of basically your coins, right? Like you're losing your coins doing so. It's a little bit both. It's all of it's based off of your mental ability to be able to do it. Now, I've heard some people say, I'm not gonna name no names, say that some people leave Messy Talk or they leave live streaming specifically because they can't hang, right? Which is not true, or which probably is true. No, it is true. I think it has a lot to do with your mental faculties. Can you mentally handle pressure when people are dogpiling you, or if they're just dogpiling your boxes and it just might be overwhelming? Should you take a step back? Yeah, because if you don't show up as yourself, then you're really not doing a benefit to your audience. And if your panelists are comfortable making their way to your live stream whenever they make their way, like, because I'm using myself as an example, to my live stream, and I just take a step back, or if I just say we're switching it up, we're doing something different, yeah, that could be detrimental. Now, it could be beneficial to my mental health, right? Because if it's making me crash the fuck out, then not crashing out might be beneficial to me, but it'll cost me, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, I feel better mentally because I'm not arguing with people. I'm not having to get sent clips from, recappers and live streams about me. But at the same time, though, it's affecting my money. And can I find another way to supplement my income? There are lots of ways to supplement your income with Messy Talk, which won't affect your mental health. One, you need to diversify your platforms. If you're just primarily making your money on TikTok, that is crazy. You need to not only do the live streams here, do them on YouTube, do them on Facebook, right? Because they're going to at least insert ads that you'll be able to collect at the end of the month, right? Those ads add up, right? So that's also important too. So it's about just diversifying your money. If all your money is just crowded in one place and you decide to take a step back, you're going to fuck yourself up big time. Okay. You're gonna fuck yourself up big time. So, and Twitch too. Yeah. It's spicy. Twitch too. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, heartbreaker. Like if me, we're going to use myself as an example. If I took a step back, but it affected how many people watch my live stream, it probably good for my mental health, but bad for my income, you know?
And my next question is, if, let's say we got into it, Nosy. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that. You already went over that. I was in here. I'm not going to do that. That's messy. I ain't going to do this next thing. It's messy too. It seems like the comment cousins is getting tired of me being messy. Right, you go ahead.
No, you can do it.
Go ahead. Why can't you ask them?
They are getting, there's only like 5 of them getting mad at, those are the mafia goers. They're starting to say you're obsessed with Diamond and then she's so happy without us and all of that stuff. But we're allowed to ask Diamond questions. Sorry, you guys. It's only 5 of them down there though.
Thank you, V. So are you familiar with the with Nitra's event that she had for her birthday?
Yes, I did not I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, but
you did see a lot of the footage and a lot of the outcome and all of that. You seen how nice it was?
I only saw one clip that I was sent, but I didn't see the footage of her entire event. No, I didn't.
It was nice.
Aw, I'm so mad I didn't go.
Yeah, so a lot of lives did votes on whose platform had the best events all throughout TikTok, like all of them, and they voted FOE.
Well, compared to what? What were they comparing it to?
To everybody's that has had an event so far. Cavs, everybody. It was good to me. So I have another question. Okay. Ooh, that's messy.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
Okay, tell me, is this shade or not? Okay. Shade or not, right? Roro's house she had an unfortunate situation.
Roro?
All right,
Our Roro?
yes, she had a fire and she lost everything. Right, she started over. Now Messy. I'm talking about TikTok, FOE, Mafia, all these people. They did their big one to help her get back what she could get back. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know.
They did a good job. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, she did. She did. Her and a lot of others lost their place.
Yeah.
So, she had up her information for everybody to send to so that she can get help, right? She had it up in Diamond's Live.
Okay.
And FOE did their own thing, right? They went ahead and just to keep the money from moving all around, they just FOE sent to Nitra so Nitra can make sure it get directly to Roro. The Mafia sent to Diamond so it get directly, FOE, it made sense. Well, Nitra had accidentally got scammed. You know how easily it is to get scammed by the MoneyGram people, Western Union, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And so she had accidentally sent a significant amount of money to a different part of the country because I guess the callback was like some foreigner or whatever, and she got scammed. Well,
How much?
I forgot how much, but it was a big portion. Right? And so Diamond
$3,000.
was live about $3,000.
Yeah, that's a
4,500, baby, somewhere in that range.
Damn.
Diamond was live, and Diamond says, and they were talking about the money, and Diamond says, well, Nitra sent it to Cuba, to a Walmart in Cuba, Colombia. Now, I don't feel like that was our business, but that led to people questioning whether or not Nitra was scamming and stuff like that. Do you feel like that was our business?
To make the statement or to share that she got scammed?
To make the statement. She didn't even share that she got scammed. She just said, well, Nitra sent so-and-so money, a certain amount of money to Colombia, to Walmart in Colombia. And then just left it at that. No context or anything. And so after that, you know how Messy Talk is. They started to say Nitra was scamming. Nitra had to go out of her way to prove that she didn't scam anyone, whatever. Because nobody asks Diamond that information. Do you feel like that's something that she could have left out? Or you think that was shade or a little bit?
Was it shade? Without having to hear it, unfortunately, I can't really say if it was shade or not. Like, because shade comes with the tone of how you say something, right? If Diamond was just like, hey, you guys, oh my God, Nitra got scammed out of $3,000 and she sent it to Colombia, right? That could sound like a call to action to like help recoup those losses that were accidentally sent. It all depends on how it was said. So without hearing how it was said.
It was said like out the blue, like we didn't ask for it.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me follow up. And I do want to ask this before I give the follow up. Somebody down there, one of the Mafia goers said, is this a Bash Diamond interview? I want to ask y'all, has anybody bashed Diamond in here? And me, HB, or Nosy, has anybody bashed Diamond that y'all have heard? Because I know I haven't. I know Nosy hasn't. And I don't think HB has. So just before I give her the clarification, is this a Bash Diamond interview? No. Perfect. We're all on the same page. Okay.
Okay.
They do that one thing. I just want to make sure we're good because this is not that. To follow up what HB saying, because I see it took me a second to understand. Diamond was live one morning, right? After they did the fundraising. They raised the money, let's say Wednesday. Let's say Thursday morning, Diamond was live trying to get in touch with Nitra. And she gave us information. She said, where's Nitra? She was ill. Diamond go live early. So she tried to call Nitra on the back end. Nitra didn't answer the phone. So she came back to the live and was like, where's Nitra? Can y'all get a hold of Nitra? They saying that she'd have sent the money to Colombia, the country, and not Colombia, the state. So that's what Diamond came on live and let us know. And Nitra was asleep. Nitra didn't even know the money. You feel me? She didn't really know about the situation until she woke up to a million calls, had to come to the live and explain herself. Because Diamond said, hey, the money went to Colombia. So from Diamond saying that, we all ran in the streets. It was a big situation. So she's asking a better question, not about shade. The detail about the money going to Colombia.
Can I ask
was it
a follow-up question? So how was the money sent? Like Cash App?
Yeah. It was Walmart to Walmart. That's what was crazy about it. Because you got to know which Walmart it's supposed to go to. It was Walmart to Walmart. So it was a lot. We don't need to do math. It was a lot. But she's asking, was it? It was Walmart to Walmart. She's asking, was it necessary for Diamond to tell the detail of the money going to Colombia and not to Roro?
Okay, so was it Messy disclosing that it accidentally ended up in another country and not to the state?
ran with it, and now they're like, oh, Nitra's get. That's what she was asking. Yep.
Got you again.
It wasn't Auntie Nene's fault. So it's like, but when you put that out there like that, first of all, it's not our business. Okay, wait until you get in touch with her. When you put that out there like that, the people that didn't like Nitra instantly started making it into something that it wasn't.
Yeah. Were they able to get the money back or no?
Yeah, she got the money to her. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Happened was, and I'm trying to be literally the most unbiased when I'm saying this. I'm literally saying exactly what happened, y'all. What ended up happening was Nitra ended up coming out of her own pocket, because the money got tied up in limbo. So while the money was, they was figuring it out, she came at her own checking account and she was able to send like maybe $2,000 one day, and the next day she was able to send $1,500 more. So Nitra, spent her own money, and then she recuperated those funds back.
Got you. The error money.
Exactly.
Okay. So, with a little more context, should it have been disclosed that it was an error? Probably not. Probably not. Why was it disclosed? Why was the error disclosed? That's a really good question. It's probably a question you need to ask Diamond. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. Again, it's without seeing those clips, it's really hard to like make an assumption. You know what I mean? Like that's why when I used to recap, the clips were important because like then you can pick up tone, you could pick up shade, you could pick up, somebody being messy. It's hard to pick that up with storytelling, But yeah, should it have been disclosed? Probably not. Not without at least allowing Nitra to sleep, wake up, and correct the error, right? That's probably without hearing the context of what she said, it's hard to give, it's hard to say if it was shade or not. Somebody keeps asking about a Halloween party.
Hey, Jay, we don't have time for a play with her.
Okay.
I'm trying to read the comment. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
Somebody said, I'll read you the comment. I have it here. Somebody said HB talks about you stealing money for a Halloween party.
Gotcha. I see it. That never happened.
About me. That's AJ.
Ooh.
She's been harassing me all day.
Okay.
AJ, just come from your main page, stupid. There's Roro.
Roro, I'm really sorry about what happened to your home. I had no idea, and I'm really hoping you have been able to recoup some of the things that you've lost. I had no idea that it even happened to you. I'm really sorry, Roro. What's up, Omar? What's your next question? I feel like I'm ready. I ain't had nothing to drink. I should go get some.
I'm about to have to give me a little bottle if it ain't closed yet. Shit.
You're welcome, Roro. We're waiting on the next question.
The comments are so good in here right now. I'm trying not to read them. They're asking.
You can read the comments while we wait for the next question.
All right, I'll read a couple of y'all's messy comments. I will. And if y'all have any messy questions that y'all want to ask, please feel free. Oh, Jesus.
You guys can Cash App them your questions. I don't know if you guys, if your people are here, if your Dangerettes and your Braid Kingdom are here, but they are more than welcome to spam the comments with your Cash App tags. And if they want to drop it.
If y'all know my CA, drop it down there, y'all mods. Do that one thing.
Your messy mail. You guys, you're asking me questions. I feel like everybody should be able to eat a little bit. Go
I agree, Nosy. They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. Moderators, drop it downstairs. Kingdom Braider. Look at Bree down there dropping it. There's a messy question about Bree. So Bree's been going, HB, may I do this?
CA. Yeah,
may I do this, HB?
Babe.
Okay. So Bree and HB, you're aware of their history, right?
Briefly, I know they dated.
So they dated. They've had a rough little bit of turmoil and everything. Bree has been known to be a spy for HB on a lot of things. Okay. So AJ did this little boots on the ground protest. It was very good. Bree rode with her, and she had HB in an AirPod the whole time spying on AJ. And then, you know, when Chef Foxy just went down there, Bree spied on Chef Foxy and ran back everything to HB as well. So then, not only those two things, a situation happened where Bree and HB got into it, right? And HB posted Bree nudes all over TikTok. We saw Bree's titties, and they were on the bathroom sink. So my question is, after all that's said and done, Bree is still in here dropping the Cash App and sending so much money to HB. How do you feel about that?
Sent me that CA.
Downstairs, though.
How I feel about that. I feel like that is their relationship.
Are you mad that she's dropping my Cash App down there?
You guys can. If you want to send them messy questions, you have to Cash App them. You can't just blurt them in the comments. Nobody's going to read them. So you can't ask me how I feel about a relationship dynamic between two women. That is their relationship, Braid. I know you.
So
you're fighting to defend Chef Foxy in this instance.
No, this has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing to do with
This just have everything to do with him body shaming Bree because he don't like her. They ain't got nothing to do with
body
Chef.
shaming Bree.
Doing that all day.
Hold on,
That don't got nothing to do with me.
Are you mad that we saw Bree's titties that you posted?
No, I'm just saying.
There would be no body to shame if you didn't post it
all day. You've been.
Would there be a body to shame? Because Bree, I mean,
can I ask you a question,
Bree?
Braid? Is there a reason why you don't like Bree?
I love Bree. That's my sister. That's my sis.
Huh?
I fuck with Bree. That's my sis.
All day.
I wasn't talking to you, HB. She asked me a question. I fuck with Bree.
Okay, so can I ask you a follow-up question?
You can ask me as many as you want.
Okay, so when you say show your face, breaking. When you say that Bree is your sister, why did you make defamatory statements about where her breasts hit the sink? Why would you say it like that? If she's still your sister, why make
the picture?
I did not see the picture.
We can ask the comment cousins. Was Bree's titties on the sink? They were. That's where they were.
And if they were, why mention it?
That's where they were. I was describing the picture to you.
You don't have to describe the picture. You can just say HB showed a nude photo of Bree. The end. Right?
Okay.
That you don't have to.
HB showed a nude photo of Bree. The end.
But I'm asking you, if she's your sister, why describe the photo?
Why not describe the photo? If it was you, I would describe it. If you was my sis, I would describe it.
A lot of women on the app. Bray calls a lot of women on the app his sister and his friends say he talk about and he don't really like. So that's just
like you say, right?
Right, like he does me. Like it's just Braid.
Okay,
we just accept him for who he is, and we just love him just for being him.
Okay,
clock in.
Okay, so I'm just learning more. I'm learning more about how you don't ever call me your sister.
I would never call you my sis, Nosy. I wouldn't consider you my sis. You would be like a
say, oh, you guys, I met my sister Nosy in Houston. Oh, and you know her shoulders are so wide, like a linebacker. Oh, that's just how I describe Nosy.
That's what Bree does. I don't do that. I never really come back to the app and say anybody stinks, smelly, or looks anyway. But I do make my observations of pictures that other people post. If it hits the app, I'm going to make the observation just like anybody would about me as well.
Okay, so you're not going to say nothing about mine.
But I would never. I haven't brought anything back to the app, and I've been around plenty of TikTok women that I could say a million things about.
Okay. So what is your next follow-up question? If I don't know if you received any Cash Apps that you want to ask, or if people are just supporting you as interviewers, because that's how interviewers are supposed to be. They're supposed to be supplemented. So please, you guys tap the screen. There's 2,300 of you in here. Share the live. Don't share with nobody I don't like. Help me hit my live goal, and please give.
Perfect.
Okay.
That just helped me with another question. Okay. There it is right there downstairs. Who got to be stopped? They're enjoying this thoroughly. You said don't share it to anybody I don't like. Who are some people that you don't like?
I always say that because a lot of celebrities follow this page. So I always say don't share it with anybody who.
I know, but I'm asking you. The question is, who are some people that you don't like?
Candy Burris. I don't like her.
On Messy Talk.
On Messy Talk? Who I don't like? I mean, I feel like I like everyone. I feel like I like everyone with respect, right? I give everyone respect on Messy Talk who I like, so I always just do my best to just be impartial. So I don't dislike anyone. But I want to make another statement too. I also there's this thing that goes on around Messy Talk that I've never quite understood. And I've only seen it over here. I've never seen it on any other facet of live streamers on TikTok. But Messy TikTok, there's this it's like this, like everybody's trying to like hold the crown seat of who cannot make friends. And let me just explain that to you. So like there's this thing on Messy Talk where people are like they advocate on, you can never make friends. Nobody's my friend. I'm not friends with anyone. It's like, I've never seen that because there's other portions of live stream that I watch where people don't even meet up with each other and they consider each other like tried and true friends and they remain those friends. And I've watched a lot of live streamers do it. I've seen them do it on Twitch. I've seen them do it on Facebook, but there's something about Messy Talk where I don't know if there's like disdain or distrust in a lot of people, but people just will, and I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people hang out together. I've seen a lot of people throw events and people hang out together. I've seen people get dinner and brunch together and do all of these excursions on all of these different type of trips and take all these photos together, you know, send people stuff to their, you know, to help them move, to help their Amazon wish list, to Cash App them for support. And they're like, you're not my friend. So I'm just curious as to why a lot of people build bonds together, but ultimately just will like is calling someone your friend like the highest tier that you could be, right? A husband is not the highest tier, or a wife is not the highest tier, a spouse, a person you purchase a home with, is that not higher? It's why do people on Messy TikTok put friendship at this such high level, like, and you had to be able to break so many barriers to get there? That's my question.
Because I think they witness how easily people fall out on this app, regardless of the history, regardless of the amount of time they spent together, regardless of the bonds that they may have with one another's children and shit like that. I think that when you witness too much of that, how could you be so vulnerable and just, I don't know, like, and some of us just fucked up. We got trust issues like me. So
I feel like it depends on your reasoning that you come here for. Like, some people aren't here to make friends. Some people aren't here to be friendly. Some people are here to network. Some people are here to gain connections. Some people are here just to cuss motherfuckers out. So a motherfucker is here to make friends and gain networking and connections. They're going to do just that. But I do feel like, again, we're in a realm of, it's the type of people too. Like, these are dealing with a whole bunch of crazy ass motherfuckers at the same time. So it's like, who's going to want to be friends with crazy motherfuckers? And then at the same time, we see how we do over here, respectfully. Like, everybody can see how the fuck motherfuckers do with their friends over here, face ass. So it's that. I did get two messy things too, by the way. I got a messy message upstairs, and then I seen a messy comment downstairs. HB, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, why did she want T and Chef to split up so bad?
T and Chef?
Yeah.
Wait, who want that?
Why
Chef?
did you want T and Chef to split up so bad? I will say this. I'll reveal my people. They came from Poozy. So Poozy asked me. And I will say that I'm assuming that she's saying because I think her mission on your show was to split them up or something. I don't know.
Hold on. Why would you reveal such an anecdotal question for free? It's crazy, but go ahead.
Okay, I want you to go ahead and now, why did you want them to split up?
Who? That's for Heartbreaker?
He asking you, why did you want?
It ain't for me. I guess it's for you. And
why did you want T and Chef? Quit asking Nosy. Why did Nosy bystander want TeaTyme and Chef Foxy to break up?
I've never advocated for the breakup of their friendship ever. So that's a great question from Poozy. Shout out to Poozy, but I've never advocated for the ending of their friendship. Their friendship dissolved on its own. Their friendship had its own cracks, unfortunately.
I remember Poozy telling us a story one time, and Poozy said that when she was supposed to do the reality show or whatever, I guess everybody had their different storylines or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I think she said that you told her job was to break them up and make sure that they weren't friends.
That is not true. That is not true. So we had already finished. We hired a scriptwriter because, again, reality shows are real, but you have to have a scriptwriter write them. That was never written. Ever anywhere. And I still have the script for everyone's parts, scenes, restaurants that we've got written consent to shoot in. There was never a scene. Poozy was added to the show because when TeaTyme was out of the show, Diamond suggested her. She's like, hey, I know this cast member who would be great. And Diamond suggested Poozy. She did. So I was like, okay.
Suggested Poozy. Got it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that detail. Okay. Somebody said, what do you think about the Rico that AJ has all the comic cousins on?
Like a civil Rico?
She did cover that story already, you guys.
So what's your opinion about that? You remember the civil Rico they paying for the doxing or something? What do you think about that? What's your opinion?
I did discuss that when I got that story, which it's interesting
Hey, me.
because the comic cousins are really important to like, they're important to TikTok, right? Everybody has their role. Everybody plays their role on Messy Talk. And so I feel like to come for, oh, I have to charge my phone, come for comic cousins, right? In regards to like how AJ might feel about them, it might not be good because it's like, it's your core support. It's your core, it's the people who are going to share your life, the people who's going to, you know, support your lives, support your Cash App goals, support your, you know, just the way that you are to be able to be presented as a live streamer. And so to come directly for them, I just feel like if you run your live stream as a business, it's probably not good for business. That's
My thing is this though, but the thing is though, you would have never had a chance to sue somebody for something they didn't even know what they were even prepared for. That's like me subscribing to Zeus Network, and I don't know that on the 4th episode of season 6, somebody's going to get unalived. So you're going to sue me because had I not paid for the subscription to Zeus Network wouldn't be able to thrive. I'm blindly subscribing. I don't know what's coming up on the episodes. Every time that I am about to do my big one and I have a person pay for tea or whatever, all they know is that it's tea. And all they know is I'm about to eat. They don't know how I'm about to eat. They don't know what kind of tea it is. They don't know what the tea consists of. They could be subscribing to me because they think I'm funny, or they could be subscribing to me because they know I'm bi. They could be subscribing to me for whatever reason. There's no way for you to prove that the only reason that they subscribe is because I was about to dox an address that you have been evicted from 2 weeks prior. There's just no way. So at that point, yeah, it's nothing. At that point, you're just threatening the comment cousins on some like intimidation shit because they're supporting somebody and not you. And that's just it. That's all I can come up with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just to again, you don't, whatever the premise was of your live stream, if you just told people, everybody sub to me, get ready for this, it's hard to be able to place the blame on the comic cousins for subscribing for entertainment, right? Because then we could say that about every entertainment industry, right? We say it about podcasts, we could say it about films. Like when I go purchase a movie ticket, I don't know what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get this set of characters, but what they're going to be doing, I'm not entirely sure. That's why I paid the ticket. And so you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just, it'd be a, if she feels as though she has a case, I think she should try it. But I just feel as though like being a content creator, right? Because we hear that term all the time, content creator. Being a content creator, there's a certain amount of things you can't do that will fuck up your money. And me, I'm just about my money. Like I'm just about making my money so I don't have to go back to work. So my goal every day is to make my money. Again, I'm not a live streamer, so being on live stream to me is really just fun and being able to expand my audience and being able to give the people who watch me on the For You page a little bit more in-depth details of stories, right? But at the same time, though, it's my business. So I'm always constantly looking out for the best interest of my business. My business is For You page. My business for live streaming is to expand my audience. And in turn, I have to kind of roll out the red carpet for the people who arrive. I have to. I don't have a choice. Like, I just don't have a choice. I have to, my duty is to the comic cousins, right? That is my duty. My duty is not to anyone else. My duty is not to this person who I'm telling a story about. My duty is not to TikTok, the company that literally takes me on so many brand trips. Like my duty is really not to them. My duty is to ensure that I'm being entertaining to the comic cousins. That is my goal. So the comic cousins, like it's again, For You page is different. They don't send me money, but they like and share. That is how the rent is paid. They like and share. That's how my health insurance is paid. Liking and sharing is how I pay my bills. So that's why I have a duty to the comic cousins. They're the comic cousins on a video or a live stream. That's my duty. So my biggest fear is pissing them off. Because once they say, I'm done with you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, isn't it? Cut the cameras, show's over. Go, bitch, go get, what JT saying that one clip, bitch, go get a job, go clock in somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? And, baby, I'm not trying to clock in nowhere. Okay, so, but that was a good question. That's a really good question. Tap the screen while they prepare for their next question, you guys. And hello, everybody in the chat. I see everybody in the chat. Hello, everybody. This from Pretty Kiki said, Nosy says she wished she could have made Miss Nitra's party. Not that she wasn't invited. Oh, yeah, no, I never said I wasn't invited to Miss Nitra's party. I said I wish I could have made her party, you guys. I saw the one video. It was Miss Nitra's video that popped up on my FYP. And I was like, oh, damn, I really wish I could have attended. I would have loved to. So maybe next year I'll be able to attend her party next year.
Right? I'm just trying to think of all the things that happened when you were gone.
Who's Pink Panther?
Oh, that was a really good one. Pink Panther was the first page to ever dox Black Diamond.
Messy as fuck, bro.
Pink Panther, she posted videos of Black Diamond's job and her stuff. That's what TeaTyme used.
Don't start.
That's what $2 used for movie night and stuff. That was the first person to ever dox Black Diamond.
I think I remember that. I do remember that.
Yes, back in the day.
That was like 2022 or something.
Yes. Pink Panther turned out to be TeaTyme.
Nitra said you can come to any of her events. Nitra had the best event on Messy Talk thus far.
She heard me, y'all.
This is MessyBraid.
So what do I think of the? Who is it? What did you say their
You
name?
missed it. I said TeaTyme was Pink Panther.
The page, the page that was doxing.
Yeah, the dox Black Diamond. Chef Foxy told us that it was TeaTyme, and she admitted it.
Is that how they fell out?
Is that how who fell out?
TeaTyme and Chef Foxy.
Well, they were doing a lot of falling out before then and arguing and shit.
That was okay. No, T came up on AJ's panel, and T was trying to like prove that she was talking about Chef was trying to set me up. Like, she wasn't trying to come back around me genuine and all that stuff. She was trying to prove that Chef was trying to set me up. Chef's way of fucking deflecting was, thank you, Pisces Jim. Chef's way of trying to deflect was by telling us, oh, did you know that TeaTyme was behind the Pink Panther page that docs Black Diamond's social security number, her security number back in the day, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how that came out. But her and Diamond is fine now. They've seen each other at Nitra's event. They came together. They had a conversation, and they're in a decent place.
Nitra said, "My Lord."
Nitra, that's crazy, messy stuff. Why he sitting up here looking cosmic?
Humiliate Nitra. I'm reading the comments too. Nitra is the GOAT.
Ignore them, Braid. That's some troll.
They trying to humiliate her now. Look, who tried to humiliate Nitra? Why? What are y'all doing here?
Nitra can't be humiliated.
Okay,
so please.
So what do I think? That's crazy. I remember that early. I don't remember the specific page name, but I remember early on in early 2022 when Diamond had said she was being doxxed, but I don't know the name of it, but that was in 2022.
So apparently the mafia was harassing TeaTyme, I guess. And T was like, hey, if they're going to be harassing me on behalf of you, I'm just going to come for you. Because you know they harassing me on behalf of you. And if I'm going to get harassed on behalf of you, then damn it, I'm going to get you. Because I don't know these little nobodies that's harassing me on behalf of you. So I'm going to do that. And then I guess they came up with the Black Panther, and it was just a lot of Panthers.
Yeah, that is true. So in around 2022, Diamond had, I'll tell you the full story. So in 2022, Diamond had started her website, the blackdiamondshow.com. And there was like a members portion. It was like a members side. And the members, correct me if I'm wrong. God, I wish TeaTyme was here, but correct me if I'm wrong. But the Mafia members, this is before they even had the name Mafia members, I believe, but they were posting really fucking crazy stuff about TeaTyme on Black Diamond's website, which correct me if I'm wrong, I still think might still be on her website.
Nobody remembered that, but you did today. So that's good enough.
That's said that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It is true. I think I believe at the time when it was happening because they were both on the Roku network. So they were having it was like they were fine, but it was like their followers were doing the most. You know what I mean? And I believe we came together on it was a group call. I said, I need to get y'all on a call together because what is happening? And that's when TeaTyme had disclosed that. And I believe TeaTyme sent me the screenshots of Black Diamond's website with the Mafia members. They weren't Mafia members at the time, but she sent me screenshots of people basically dragging her on Diamond's website. And then we had this group call, which I believe all of my calls at the time were recorded. So I'm pretty sure I have that recording. Actually, I could check. I'm pretty sure I have that though. Let me see.
This is a trip here.
What did I say it was?
This finna get good. Like Auntie Nene said, get your clank clank.
What's that? What's a clank clank?
That's your cup with your shit in it. Well, I got mine in a KFC cup, but clank clank.
To grab her charger.
Oh yeah, my phone is dying. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the call.
You know what you're doing? I do that too sometimes when I be.
I do have it.
Let that motherfucker go ahead and fall off.
I do have it. I do have the call. I have it.
Call, did you mind? What's the fun? Do we need to complete the goal? Do we need to get 50% there? The way we do on Messy Talk now, we name a price and then we make sure it gets hit.
Oh, I don't know if I would play the call.
Are you sure? I mean, there's no problem with it.
Right.
But please. But I do. Y'all want? I do have the call.
Found it for a reason.
I'm not gonna cap, but I will play you the first.
Play all of it, though. We ain't got no but time.
Here, give us the first bid and we can see if it's tea. If it's tea, we'll send you $100 right now. Let's go ahead and start it.
That ain't gonna be enough for those.
Said she was gonna do it for free, so we'll get her.
Let me see if there's anything on it. But it is a call. It says meeting with Diamond. Oh, Evans is on this call too. Do y'all remember Evans?
Yeah,
I remember him. He used to talk about me. He called me a Jezebel.
Hit play, so let's just see what we have. I don't know what's on it.
I'll explain the way I know it. Because from what you told me, you had $11,000 in debt coming from a meet and greet.
Okay, but it wasn't a disaster, though.
For me.
Honey, this is tea. Send the money.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't remember.
Send the money. We need the money.
Okay, no, I can't play that. I have to send that to somebody.
Keep going. No, Nosy, keep going. You gotta keep going. No, Nosy, I done sent 6 hand hearts. Now come on.
And we'll see. I got a galaxy.
Y'all, I gotta listen. Let me listen to the call first, and we might play it.
But that's not no good when you do it like that.
But it is. I do have the call. I do have the call. So the call includes. I didn't know it included.
So you can mute up and listen real quick.
You see all this money coming across the screen?
Just mute up and listen, Nosy. Let me HB hold it down for a second. Let's listen.
You messy. Why you gifting me? I'm not playing the
baby Martell sitting next to Nitro. You know it's gonna get this is good.
But I do. At the time, I recorded a lot of calls because that's just what my answering machine service did. It just recorded all of them when I do
that too sometimes, depending on who on the phone. Y'all, anybody here got a line? Somebody?
No, I don't know. Another question.
No, we're not moving.
We're gonna slow back and go backwards because we're right on the money. Stay right here.
But I do want to say this. You guys don't have to give me. I don't care about that. What I say is, it is true. At the time, that call said March 1st, 2023. It was a call between me, TeaTyme, Evans, and Diamond. It was a recorded call because all my calls at the time, when I was in my other place, was recorded through my phone system. So it recorded all the calls. It was a landline call. So I want to make that clear. 2, the meeting occurred because TeaTyme came to me and said that there was just this strife between her and Diamond. And then she sent me the screenshots of, what's it called? The mafia harassing her on Diamond's website. And then it just went totally nuclear. And me and my business partner at the time said we have to get on the call. Now, at the time, there was a fallout between Diamond and Evans, which I completely forgot about. I didn't even remember that. Again, you guys, we're talking about 2 years. Damn, we're talking about damn near 2 years ago. So there was also a fallout with Diamond and Evans, and we all got on that call, and that's where it was. So I don't know if I want to play that call because I don't know what's in it.
I think that the worst part has already been said.
Yeah, so let's just
and that's that she was $11K in debt. So I think that the rest of it should just
from a meet and greet is what he said.
Doesn't matter when it was from. We heard it though. Do you want to ask the people maybe smiley face yes, sad face no if they want to hear it?
No, I'm not gonna do that because they're gonna say yes. No, I don't want to play it because you gotta at least let me hear it first. You gotta let me hear it first. If I didn't know at the time, I don't know if currently TeaTyme was needing some sort of proof that she was being harassed on Diamond's website, but that is true. That's what that meeting was for. That meeting was because she was being harassed. At the same time, though, too, the meeting. Hold on, Braid. The meeting too was also because Diamond was being harassed. But at the time of that call, we didn't know that TeaTyme was behind that Panther page. We didn't know that. Now, it would have been helpful if TeaTyme would have disclosed that, but I don't think she discloses that on the call. But I think Diamond discloses she's being harassed online. But again, until you guys just told me this about TeaTyme. I had no idea. Nobody else.
So you know what I think? You know what I find funny? Diamond said that day when we was in AJ's live, and we found out that TeaTyme was behind Pink Panther. Diamond said that she had no idea that TeaTyme was being harassed. She was completely unaware of anything like that. So for that meeting to be about TeaTyme being harassed, it's baffling to me.
It was about both of them being harassed, but TeaTyme had proof because it was from Diamond's website. Diamond didn't have proof, but she had proof of, I don't know if Diamond sent it to me at the time, but Diamond did have proof of, well, obviously, you guys know, it's this Pantherist page of her being harassed. But they were both being harassed, but that would have been purgative information to know that TeaTyme was behind that page. You understand what I mean? Like, it would have been purgative to know that information. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'd have to listen to the call again. You got to let me listen to that call privately. I should have never played any of it, but at the time of that call, I believe Diamond said that she thought it was TeaTyme supporters harassing her from those pages, that Panthers page specifically. But obviously TeaTyme never admitted to it. You know what I mean? TeaTyme never admitted to it, but it was about both of them, both of their audiences. It really wasn't about them. It was about their audiences and basically getting your audience members in check. That's what it was.
I did say
The phone on 1% yet, Nosy is starting to glitch. We don't want that phone done live on us.
No, I'm glitching.
It was earlier. I thought it about hit with the 1% mode.
Okay, well,
Bye if you want us to get out of
when
here.
when you gonna come back and play the phone call?
I'll
HB, let's give her live back.
let me first send the call to TeaTyme, and I'll send the call to Diamond, and I'll let them play it.
Don't send it to Diamond.
To me and HB too, and we'll all
No,
make it.
I'll send it to TeaTyme.
We'll hold on to it until you're ready. Like, seriously.
I'll send it to them, and if they want to play the call, they're more than happy to play it. I'm not going to play it, but I should have never played the first
HB
play.
get it.
TeaTyme, how much for you to play it?
And how much can you just get
It's
it
their
from us?
call, so they can play it. Does that make sense?
Just send it to TeaTyme. She will press play immediately.
Tonight,
Send
and
it
I
to
will
T.
be up in there.
Yeah, give it to T. We'll be over there.
Sitting on her phone to
T gonna do it. Send it to T. T, we got you, babe. We'll be there.
Please don't send it
Nosy,
to
I'm gonna HB. We our welcome is being overstayed. Let's get on at it. There's T right there.
Let me just clear this up real quick. Diamond was not being harassed by no Panther page because the Panther page didn't come until after that meeting. Because in that meeting, you were here on that call when the other vloggers like Gen X and Panther Power, you guys were saying there was nothing you guys could even though they were people that was with her. There was
remember
nothing
the call?
Yeah, I remember it.
Give it to her. She's ready
What
for
y'all
it.
said, what y'all said was there was nothing y'all can do about it because it wasn't directly her, even though it was her people, like with the bloggers and stuff. It wasn't directly her, so that's why the Panther page was created. I was like, oh, okay, well, if
But I remember on the call. I remember. Do you remember Double D? She was on that call too, and she was like asking Diamond if she could take that stuff down off of the. I remember her saying,
yeah, that was for the website, the stuff that was on the website.
Yeah,
but not the other pages because they didn't belong to her. The website belonged directly to her.
Okay.
So when I explained that, you guys said that you encouraged her to take it down, but you guys couldn't do nothing about the other people, which is why I created my own blog page. So I'm like, if they gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with them back. So that's what made me create Panther.
Okay, so it was before Panther. Okay, thank you. Again, without re-listening to the call, if you want it, T, I can airdrop it. I cannot airdrop it, but I can. If you want it, I can more than.
Yeah, you can send it to me because I remember that call, and I remember I was very respectful. I remember the attitude. I remember all that stuff. So the fact that you got it is amazing because I remember that call, and people were trying to make it like I was crazy.
Yep, they sure did. They said that Diamond was saying that this never happened. Nobody ever harassed her. Even the people that was a part of the page, like I used to be on that page and we never harassed. Oh, this is good to me. T, when are you gonna play it?
Bye, y'all.
T, we'll see you soon, T. We'll see you soon, T.
Send it to us.
Thank you, T. I'm getting out of here too. Nosy, thank you so much for the interview. As long as you get that to her,
I'll send it to her. I'll send it to Diamond too.
Just to make it even.
Without this interview, I completely forgot that I had that archive of phone call. I really did.
So shout out to me and HB. We did get where we needed to go. Thank you. And thank you for answering the question, Nosy. It's always a good time. They said we need to do this once a month or once a week. They enjoyed it, okay?
You want to meet my man?
Who's your man?
Babe, come up. Request up. Get this Bree rumor shit out the damn way. Once and for all.
Let me get it.
Babe, go request up. Make sure you're watching the queue.
Okay, I see someone in the queue. Oh God, it's Edwin.
Yeah, we a thing.
See,
Hi,
why
honey.
you're talking to my lady? Is that what you're doing?
I
Did
am.
you know that,
They
Ness?
turn
I'm
your
on.
camera on.
Let me turn my camera on. Hold on. Let me say, how you doing, Nosy? It's
Good. How you
good to
doing,
see
Mr.
you.
Edwin?
Why you close your eyes, Nosy? You did
I
one of
had
these
to
numbers.
blink. I had to blink.
When it all started, we asked everybody. I know y'all were not ready for this. You missed it, Nosy. You were not around. We had an overnight sensational series going on, me and
Yes, we
HB, and
did.
everybody was like, "What in the world is happening around these parts? Not them two." I'm like, "Yes, we're an item now." See.
Okay, you
So
be
how you
giving her
doing, Nosy?
money.
It's good to see you.
You know
Excuse me.
you be giving her money. You know she about her money.
Oh, we're all about that paper, baby. Shoot.
You give her
That's why I
money.
respect you. No, I don't give her
They tell
none.
her I
We
get
earn
whatever
it.
I want.
She can have whatever she likes. But here's the thing, Nosy. We all are after the paper. And one of the things that you have, beloved, is the keys to the city. And I would love for you to come out and just do a series on how to be nosy. Like how you became you, what you do, how you do what you do, because you got a lot of information in that dome. And
Man,
we
you
would like
giving
for
her too
y'all to
much
share it.
compliment.
No, I just wanted to share it out to the masses. We're all trying to be viral like her. We want to be the next coming of whatever it is.
Babe, are you gonna be at the rodeo remix on my arm?
I'm really considering that. Yeah, I need to make an appearance. I need to go outside. People need to see
You
me and
said
this,
now.
that.
You said you wanted to chase me up some stairs.
Or around the corner. Big dog style. I
That's
told you,
Can you
quit
do
fooling
that?
with them little
Can you do
puppies.
that growl? Can you do that growl for me?
No, Nosy ain't ready for it. She ain't ready. Nosy, you're going to have to come in the overnight hour to kind of hear some things like that.
almost passed, but I know it's big juicy.
Nosy, you could show up.
Don't be
When you
Nosy
wake
playing
up and...
pickleball with this pussy. All right, Nosy, this was
All
good
right.
and messy for me, and I
Y'all did
really enjoyed
good.
this. I hope you come back tomorrow.
Okay.
See
Yeah,
y'all later.
I might be back tomorrow. Let me let me airdrop this call so people can listen to it.
Tell Blaine I love and miss her. I am about to go be messy and do my Pride Live. Well, not messy, but I'm about to go do my Pride Live. Hold on. I tell your sister I said hello.
I sure.
Bella's in the
Hey
building.
Bella, how you doing? I didn't see her in the comments. Hey Bella.
I think you just got it. Here's my first time seeing her. So yeah, that we call her Butterball Bella and Butterfinger Blaze, child. They was over there talking about yesterday the first time they ate some cat. Blaze said he was 10.
Oh my.
Yes, and he said he enjoyed himself. So that's that. Oh, she said all is
All is
well.
well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get down here so I can get ready for this live.
Okay, we'll have a good live. I'll pop in there if I see y'all.
You so committed. Look at your little TikTok blanket, please.
Oh, they made
All
this
right.
for me. They took me on a brand trip and they made this for me. They put my initials on it.
That is cute. I like
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all later.
Okay, bye, Steve.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you for the
Bye,
questions.
Nosy. You're welcome.
Oh, that was an interesting live stream.